Coming up today, it's been a draining day, literally. We had a problem with the drainer this morning, and then we've been out with it, and then we had a few more problems, and we've been draining a lot of land for Alec up the road. Spray's just arrived really late on, so I had some already in that I could have been getting on with, but it's a bit breezy this morning. But the next 2 days are pretty still, so I'm hopefully going to get on with that. So here's today, a lot of John Deere action today. McGuinness haulage here for a load of sugar beet. Shiny wagon. Shed's getting a little bit emptier. Still quite a big pile left. Just waiting for the wagon to pull in now. Get him on. Load it up. Get him out of the way. I don't know whether it's because it's April Fool's Day, but the driver's hiding, but we seem to have lost the wagon driver after he's been weighed in. Can't find a wagon driver. The driver in the silver wagon's disappeared, and the guy in the white wagon is convinced that it's because it's April Fool's we're winding him up, but we don't know where he's gone, and he could be winding us up, the guy in the silver wagon, but he's disappeared. So, quick wagon update. Turns out he'd gone back to bed in his cab and fell asleep, and couldn't hear us. So it was only when they shook his cab that he woke up. Someone has vandalised the weather station. I'm guessing it's either a horse or a sheep. Where they are though, they're in at the moment. It's weird that, there's something wrong with this.
Inside of that gouging. Gouging there, you pull back then.
It's nothing though, is it?
Cutting the shaft down here now. For some reason it won't slide in. It was working fine when we took it off, but now it won't slide in, so I think it's either twisted or got a bit of a bend to it, so we're going to chop a bit off and see if it works, but it might be too short. So I'll have to try it and see. That's how it's cold today, we've all got our hoodies on. Somehow that shaft managed to bend itself when it wasn't in use, so we've had to chop it down to get it to fit.
What are you saying?
So now it's bent when it wasn't in use. We chopped it down, so it's only just in now, but at least we can hopefully do the job we've got to do today with it. But we'll have to get a new piece of shaft for it. Andrew's just rolling now the beans in on where we had the sweet corn. He's doing a nice job, squashing all the lumps. Hopefully the herbicide will work better then when I put it on in a minute. Well, later this afternoon. It was a bit damp when we did it, so it ended up a bit like cloddy. But it should be okay now, it's rolled and dried on it. Right, that's a 7530. Look at the size of that bucket. That's how you load wagons. Just borrowing my mate's stone trailer. He has a Houseman sprayer as well. They're like British made. It feels like a Monday. Couldn't get the PTO on because it had a bend in it, so we cut that down. That's now working. We've come out, this was too low. So this is now shear bolt protected, because remember it snapped off. But we've only gone like that far, and we've done the shear bolt, because this was obviously catching the floor. Bottom of the trench. I think this top link is too big, so I'm going to change it to a smaller one so we can shorten it more and get that up higher, so it doesn't hit the bottom of the trench that's not dug, and shear the shear bolt off. The spare shear bolts weren't put in the toolbox and we're miles from the yard, so someone's having to bring them to me. It's just one of them days. And the stone trailer spits out on the wrong side for us because the laser on this is working on this side. So we've either got to move the laser to the other side or use a different stone trailer, so we're going to have to do it from that side. And it's freezing, and it was only supposed to be a quick hour of a job, just run a drain in and then carry on doing what we were doing. We put a new shear bolt in, changed the top link, got the spout up higher, set off, got about as far as we went last time, and the shear bolt's gone again. And it obviously broke the other week for a reason, so we think now it's because the teeth are worn, the trench isn't wide enough, and the pipe box is rubbing on the sides, causing it to be tight and pulling on the bolt. So we're going to have to go back to the yard now, put some different teeth on and come back. It's definitely a Monday. I think we've got our money's worth out of them when they should look like that. So we've replaced a few and then we set them different so they're a bit wider now, so hopefully they won't trap the box and do the shear bolt in here. Take 3. Trench is wide enough now. It's not cracked the pipe box. It just fell in where we have to come out and go again, so that's alright. Piped in at the right depth. No trailers there. Do roll of pipe when we get over the hill. Finally, we're getting some progress. Stone it up now. Like stone going in the trench. Just loading up some stone now with Alex Merlo. It's pretty good nick for its age. Can't really drive it with one hand now. You can't put it reverse on the joystick like ours. You've got to do with that one. When you're going so far across the field, right down over there, you need a bigger stone trailer, but you can't really have too big a stone trailer because it's too heavy then when it's wet weather or wet ground, which is normally where you'll be trading. Dad's just delivered new shear bolts, so you can guarantee we won't break any now. If you look at the wheels on the John Deere and Adams on, you can see why we're draining it. See how wet it is. The tractor's just sat straight to the topsoil into the clay. I'm just stoning up behind him now, stop the pipe floating if we hit any water. Adam likes donuts that much, he's dressed as one. Do you reckon he'll get all the way over there without falling over with exhaustion? Got a funny colour there. Can't hear me. I'm gonna give him a hand, but I've not finished my bag of popcorn. I'd have rolled it myself rather than tried to carry it. You won't get that with a fast track on it. I'll let Alec load me this time. Do you open the back window? It's really loud when you tip stone it. Spill over the front. When the nut falls off because it wasn't nylock and you can't find another one, so you use a cable tie instead to keep the guard shut. Got a little bit of pipe left. There's a bit of a wet hole here by this ditch, so just put a short one through here as well. Put 2 by the pond over there, and then 2 further over on the hill up there. Looks like my weekend homework's arrived. Some chemical for this weekend to get on with. This was yesterday's quiz question. Lots got it right. That adjusts the front axle and that adjusts the rear axle in and out, so we can change the track width of the sprayer depending on how wide the tram lines are or the drills you're going down. Well, we're not doing too bad now. We've only got about ton and a half of potash left, and I've got a field to put that on, so that's all right. I was worried we were going to have too much left, but we've changed some of the doses around and we're getting rid of it. This is today's quiz question. It's a big box on the wall with loads of wires going into it, and it's nearly as big as me, and we've got 5 of them. Does anyone know what they do? Make a bit of a humming noise as well. Quick update on the pallet forks that have gone away to be straightened. They couldn't do it. So basically that one still points off to the left. So I don't know whether I have to try again with the digger again. It's straight up and down though, it's just kind of sits a bit funny onto the side. Lots of people fell for the April Fool this morning for Radio 4 that I did for them. For the robotic mower. Well, the robotic mower is basically a set of clocks out of a Peugeot 206. a piece of light off a Ford that had been crashed into the hedge, 2 off-cuts of gutter, and the wheels off my new toolbox, which need to go back on actually, Adam. And the wheels off the welder, and this piece of plastic that I found in the hedge. And my friend made a sticker for it with Momatic on it. So that's it. That's whatever everyone fooled. Following on for last week's theme of trying to launch things with the gas gun, we've decided now to get the bead cheater and make a missile and see how far we can launch it. So we've got a bit of PTO shaft and a metal pop for the end to seal the air in, and a bit of duct tape. I'm going to slide that onto here. I'm going to slide that onto there and see how far it launches it down the yard.
Ready?
Yeah.
1,
Watch your eyes.
2, 3.
Need stronger duct tape. We've now made a better missile with a proper nose cone, so we're gonna show you that tomorrow. The April Fool was something that BBC Radio 4 contacted me and asked me would I help them with, because I'd done something from about the footpaths a few months ago and said that, you know, we need a real farmer to make it sound believable, and it was. And then the voice in the background was Christine. The audio footage, it worked really well on the radio, is available on like BBC Sounds or iPlayer or something, and it's basically Farming Today, 1st of April 2021, and it's the first segment on it. So if you want to listen to that, have a listen. Can't believe how many people it fooled as well. That's about it for today. Thanks everyone that's watching and subscribing and liking, and don't forget, if you've not subscribed, click subscribe, and if you've not pressed like, click like, because the more people that click like, the more chance YouTube will show it other people, and the more chance the channel will grow, different things. But you lot were the first. You were here first. So see you all tomorrow, and let's get some work done tomorrow. Oh, and I've got no intro today, so loads of people sent me at the beginning, but no one sent me any since, so you're just going to have to get everything. So there we go. Actually, one last thing. According to YouTube, there's 50 different countries watching this. So if you're watching in the UK, fine, I know that. But anyone that's not watching in the UK, leave a comment where you're watching from, because apparently there's people all over the world watching these videos. So just leave a comment of the country that you're watching in as well. Right, this is the end. Bye.